say it, they didn't have their shit together. 99% of the strips we went to were dirt, grass. The people that worked there, that's the reason why we would take our own equipment. And you would see when you get there wrecked airplanes. It's not going to happen.
The plane would land, they would spend the night.
I mean, you'd land there and they'd say, oh, you want to stay? You want a woman? You want my little sister? You know, yeah, right. Want something to drink? I'm going, yeah, I really want to drink and get back in this plane and fly for another 12 hours drunk, right? The woman didn't sound bad.
The next day, they would be loaded.
There's two ways to come back from down there if you're flying. You can come around the east side of Cuba, which is the shorter, or you can come around the west side. If you had a lot of fuel, the west side was actually better because almost everything that was happening came from the Bahamas. So if they were patrolling, that would be where they would be. You're going to go where most of the action is. So you could come from the west. Nobody would think of you there.
Apparently, heavy surveillance and stricter enforcement on Florida's east coast is driving smugglers to the desolate west coast to make their connections.
We would pop the coast, maybe over by Marco Island, fly almost all the way to Georgia, and turn around and fly back. Now you look like somebody coming south. Nobody coming from the north-south is doing anything illegal.
You could move 62,000 dead bodies in a plane in the United States because I don't know how many planes there are in the air at one time, but there's no checking. You land at a small airport and they don't have police at every airport. Hey, what's in your plane?
We would make it look like we were going into one of the local airports. What we would do is just make a flyby and head west. We bought some property in Lakeland. We built 2 runways there, put up a couple barns that were really hangars. They looked like barns. And when you'd open up the hayloft door, you would see that it was shaped to the tail of an airplane. I would use a 5, 6, 8-year-old family car. And
we would load 300 pieces, and we would put air shocks on the car so that the car wouldn't fall to the ground.
And we would use a tow truck to tow the vehicle back.
We had a towing company that we formed, and we bought a gas station garage down here in Miami.
And the guy in the tow truck would have a work order.
We had a driver who obviously knew what was going on, but was told. You get pulled over, and they open the trunk of the car. You know, you don't know.
If you're driving the vehicle, it's kind of hard not to know what's in the trunk. Well, the guy in the tow truck don't know.
You don't know. You're contracted to tow the car.
He hooked up, and away he went.
Let him take the car and let him take you down there, but they can't hold you. You got the bill here and everything. And we would get a caravan with 2 or 3 cars going. We would use 1 car in front as a spotter and 1 car behind. They would bring him into Miami. And we did that for 6, 7 years. Never had one little problem at all.
That was one of the advantages of Lakeland. I mean, there was always people being stopped going from Miami north, but you never heard of anybody ever being stopped coming south.
Nicky and them started to do airdrops.
They built me a small boat factory to play with. And we decided to do Colombia up to the Bahamas,